Hi.
Love a new puppy.
Oh my god. Oh, cute.
Now you can finally see her. It's Birdie. Hi, Birdie. Now she has kind of feathers on her ear, but
Yes.
she's not growing in her hair. But I don't know. She looks like the bearded lady, and I'm worried that she'll look like that forever and get no hair. I don't want to give her. I want to talk about it in front of her and give her a complex and a drinking problem. She does look a little bearded. That's not good.
Oh, she'll get it. She'll get it in. She's going through that puppy stage, and then they go through like this, like teenage awkward looking stage, and then
Are
they
they
get
do?
their like full. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The
My last they were like over 1 years old from the pound 14 years ago. So I didn't see this phase you're telling me about.
Yeah. It's so funny when they're teenage awkward. It's just hilarious. My Shelties, I have Shelties, but their hair doesn't like it doesn't grow out like right away. It's not that you if you think of a Sheltie, they're that like very furry looking dog. And they're like furry and like little chunky little puppies. And then when they start going through that like adolescent stage, they get this like awkward looking coat and it's like patchy and but then once they get over that, it like comes in and they look so beautiful. But yeah, she will
Yeah, because they
go
look like a Lappy dog.
so yeah,
Yeah.
small Lapland dogs, but they're not collies. They're not, they're their own breed. They're Shetland
Oh,
sheepdogs.
oh, I did not
Yeah.
know that. I thought they were just a mini version.
Yeah, lots of people think that, and there's lots of people, like, in the, like, Sheltie community who get very upset when
I'm
somebody
sure.
calls them, like, mini Lassies or something because
Yeah.
it's their own breed. How old is she?
She's 11 weeks, and I have an appointment on Tuesday for her final shots. And then I can socialize her
Oh, got
with
it.
others.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm having lots of problems, Teresa, and that's why I need your help because I never had a puppy.
Oh, so what's
It's
happening?
the biting, the whining, not wanting to walk, and then she's a stage 5 clinger, like, I can't even go in the shower. You can see me, there's a bathtub ledge, and then there's a door that opens up, like glass door, but
Uh-huh.
I said, "You can see me, and there's a barrier, but there can be no barriers, Teresa, no
Oh,
barriers."
so she's like a Velcro dog.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I've got Velcro dogs. There are days when I literally say, "Just wanna go to the bathroom by myself."
Yeah,
I just wanna go to the bathroom by myself, but I never can because they wanna come in there with me for some odd reason. And it's not
I
an odd
read
reason. There is a
yeah,
reason because
there's a reason, yeah. It's
they
because
it's their pack and
right. You're their pack, and then if you're vulnerable, which you are when you're going to the bathroom, you
yeah,
have to prepare for is anything coming or so she's
yeah.
trying to protect me by eating my socks. So,
It's the
well, I will say, speaking of packs and protection, this morning, like at 7:45, because she wakes me up at 6. At 7:45, I was driving to Starbucks to get a coffee, and I was at a there's a street above me, and there was a coyote right in front of me across the street, and it was huge. It was like a German Shepherd size, but it had a collar with a little black thing on the black collar, so I think they were tracking it.
oh,
And so I was watching it, and it wasn't watching me in the car, and then I looked over, and 7 steps away was a really frail old lady and her tiny little black dog.
oh,
And
no.
I saw them move, and then I saw the coyote move just a little bit. So I drove up a little bit, and I rolled down my window, and I said, "Hi," and she's like, "Hi, Mom," and just like, "Hey," right there. And then she saw it, and then she's, "Oh, okay, okay," and she was frozen, and then she pulled her dog, and then she let her dog still try to go sniff it. I'm like, "Lady, come here. Get out. You cannot that dog is big that coyote is bigger than you." I'm like, The pee time is over. Get going." But
Yeah,
any I would've stayed, but the coyote went up someone's driveway, so I said, "She's fine." I hope she goes home. She was, like, in her slippers and robe. She had no way of defending herself or that dog,
great.
but that coyote was stalking, so that's a scary thing. And I
Yeah.
have hawks. Sorry, did I tell you? Like, when I was in the backyard, the hawks I just saw the shadow and it came down and was really like a big wingspan, and I never see them come down that low. And I was startled and I'm like, "Oh, it's because my little snack."
You think they're trying to get your dog, get Birdie?
Yeah, I think so. She
Oh
would
my
be a snack and a half.
Yeah.
So I have coyote and then fox, but I keep an eye on her, go outside by
What
herself.
kind of dog is Birdie?
I didn't know because I got her from the Humane Society, and the Humane Society said she was a terrier Shih Tzu mix,
Uh-huh.
and apparently the mother was wandering the streets pregnant, and she had 8 puppies, and this was the last puppy. And I was thinking about that the other day. So the mother got adopted, and all the other puppies got adopted, and she was the last one because she was the littlest one. That's why she might be clingy. Everybody started to disappear around her mother, all her brothers and sisters. They were all gone, and she's left alone. I'm thinking, but I don't know. Maybe she'd be clingy anyway.
Yeah. She may just be one of those dogs who is just wants to be with her person.
A lady I saw when I was at a store said, "What kind of dog is she?" And I explained it, and she said, "No, it's a chiffon." Like she knew. Well, why didn't she just tell me? I don't know. So she goes, "It's just chiffon, which is a Belgian Terrier mixed with a Shih Tzu,
And
own designer breed or something."
oh,
So
cool.
whoever that mama was breeding her, and so I looked it up, and those dogs are pretty expensive. And so Jeffrey said I should flip her.
Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean?
You buy something for free, like at the you get it
Oh,
at
and then sell her for,
the
like, a
sell it.
designer price?
Yeah, I said it's too not gonna happen, but anyway. So I
Um,
need your I don't know what to say, it's like everything coming at me at once here.
well, the puppy, she'll probably grow out of the, like, biting because she's probably teething, but I
Yeah.
know that those little teeth are sharp
Yeah,
and they
and the
hurt.
needles.
I don't know, you could try, like, using, like, a word that means, like, not no. I don't know if I would use no because sometimes when you talk to people, you
Oh,
say
yeah,
the no. I don't know, maybe try to figure out, like, a sound or a word that you don't, like, use in everyday conversation to that's your word for telling her to stop doing something. So, like, maybe, like, when she starts to bite or something or wrong or something like that,
yeah,
or leave it.
that, yeah. And so someone told me about the collar thing. So you put a little collar on and you get your 2 fingers through and then you pull it when she's doing something that she shouldn't be doing, like jumping on where my uncle's sitting. So I would just take her off with that gently and say, I would say no, but I will change it to something else. That's why I got her the collar. And so it hasn't been working. She's stubborn.
I think it
It's
will
hard.
if you just keep being consistent and keep doing it every time she
Right.
has something, and then once she's distracted or once she's doing what you want her to do, then you can praise her for doing what you
Not after
want her to.
the pull, right.
No, not after the pool, it would have to be, like, when she's just actually doing something that you want her to do.
Right, exactly.
Like, if she's laying down somewhere, "Oh, good girl," and treat or something like that, but not after, because if you do it right after you do that, then she's just gonna do it so she can get
So
that
it's
and then the treat.
exactly. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of work. I
It
thought
is
for
a
a minute
lot of work. It's a lot, but I think you know what I think? Are you gonna take her to, like, a basic puppy training class?
yeah, so at the Humane Society where I got her, they have puppy training. So once she gets her shots on Tuesday, then I'll
Okay.
take her.
I think, like, once you start doing that basic puppy training class, they'll be able to give you some more tips and tools and training on how to train her and get her to do what you want her to do. The thing about that, the thing that and don't be me. Do not be me, Sarah. Do not be me. So
I already
I take the class with the dog, but then I don't practice it at home. So it doesn't you don't progress very
right, you won't have
you
any
don't see.
progress with
So,
this. It's
make
all for
sure
nothing.
that you're practicing what you learn in class at home. Oh, she's so
Teresa,
cute. Oh
Teresa,
my
oh,
gosh.
she
Oh,
and then when she was sick at Humane Society, you see they tattooed her green right there.
oh, yeah. Oh, you were telling me about that when you picked her up. Yeah.
Oh, see?
My
It's because
my
now.
dog didn't get that, and I don't know, I think it might be because it was private, like a private vet, but they don't have a tattoo.
Well, so I tell you that Humane Society was amazing because 'cause I've been to the local shelter in Los Angeles,
Uh-huh.
and it's really sad. The Humane Society in Pasadena was really well run, and they had, like, so many volunteers. I think it's just the area, and maybe it's the Humane Society itself, but it was a really good place to find a small dog because it's hard to find a small dog.
Yeah,
We
that's
needed a smaller dog because of my uncle.
yeah,
But
because is he 90 or almost
he's
90?
89,
Okay,
gonna
yeah.
be 89 in October.
Yeah,
So,
you'd want a dog that's not gonna jump on him and knock him over.
exactly.
But yeah, I think once you go to the puppy training class and you're consistent with doing what they tell you to or show you how to do in the training class, I think that she'll get it. It's just consistency is the key. But what else are you like?
I've never had insurance, but you've told me you have insurance, right?
Oh yeah, I have insurance for both. I've had insurance for the last is four dogs. I've had insurance for the last four dogs, and I think it's a good investment because I know how expensive it can be, if your animal gets sick. A lot of people say, "Oh, just put money aside, like, just put it in an account." But first
How
of
much
all
was it? $40,000 for you at one time, you told me?
yeah, I think yeah, I told you about Sophie. So my
Yeah.
Sophie got thyroid cancer, and from, like, the point of, like, them discovering it and doing the surgery and then her going through chemo and then her passing, it was all said and done, it totaled up to about $40,000. Now, I didn't have to pay $40,000 because I did have the insurance. They pay 90% and then I paid
Right.
10%. There were a few things they didn't cover.
You paid your deductible and then you paid 10%? Or your deductible was to 10%?
No, at that point, yeah, I had to pay my deductible was $250, but my insurance is Trupanion, and their deductible is it's per condition, so I only had to pay the $250 the one time
Uh,
because it was everything that happened to her was related to that condition, so I only had to pay that deductible once. But they paid for a big chunk of it, and I don't think that they paid for, like, office visits, so if there was an office visit, I'd have to pay that out of pocket, but I didn't have to pay $40,000 is the point, and I've
yeah,
been
actually,
able to try to prolong her life if I hadn't had that because I don't have $40,000 lying around.
no, to give to that, right.
Yeah. But, yeah, I just think it's important, and everybody's situation is different. If you can afford it and get something, that's better than not having anything.
I should because he's into everything now.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of different insurance companies out there. I happen to like Trupanion because
I'll
they raise what was that?
I'll try it.
Yeah, because they raise their rates because everything goes up. You're not gonna get around that, but other pet insurance companies, they raise their rates based on the pet's age, and Trupanion doesn't do it that way. They do raise the rates, but it's mainly for their own cost of living type thing. It didn't go up that much for my other 2 dogs. We'll see how it works out with my Olivia. Milo's on a different plan that has a wellness component attached to it, but if I were to do it over again, I would just do Trupanion and not the other
What
one.
illness?
Wellness,
Illness.
just when they get their shots and when they get their, like, flea and tick medication. You could also use it towards neutering or spaying, teeth cleaning, stuff like that.
Them, and then they give you the money, or why
Yeah.
don't you just that money yourself?
Exactly, because what I found is that it's pretty much a wash. So this one company that we have for Milo, it's about $650 per year of wellness. And by the time he gets his yearly physical, his yearly shots, and we pay for the flea and tick medication, it comes out to be about $650.
Which
So, I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
we could put that money away, like, I could see saving that money, that wouldn't be so difficult for us to save 650, but instead and gain interest on it, but
Yeah,
instead we're paying the insurance company, and they're getting the interest on my 6
exactly. Not a good idea.
yeah.
But I think for me, the hardest is the potty training. Like, will not go I need to have a routine or something. It's just I can't follow her around all day.
No, that's a
Would never go on the pee-pee pad.
oh, I don't like pee pads. I don't like pee pads. I don't like
They
pee pads. Here's my reason. Now, it may work for some people, and that's fine, but I don't like them because we trained one of our chihuahuas on a pee pad, and I could never get her to go anyplace else but on a pee
I
pad. and that just drove me crazy, but she would also, like, if there was, like, a throw rug, she would think, "Oh, well, I can pee on
Yeah.
her too," and so I could never have throw rugs because she
Yeah.
would pee on a throw rug. So I don't like pee pads. I just have a clear-cut routine that I follow religiously until the dog is potty trained, and then it gets easier, but I know
What's
that
that?
you're not
Need it.
crate training, but
'Cause she doesn't like the crates and
it's fine. I like to use the crate, like, when I first get them because that helps me with the potty training, but you told me she sleeps on your bed, right? Now does she jump off the bed?
no, she stays pretty much asleep the whole night
Okay.
until morning time.
So, that's could be like your crate it could be like crate training. So, the dog goes to bed with you at night, you get up in the morning, first thing, outside to go potty.
Okay.
And then the thing that I do that has really helped is praise.
Oh,
Praise them like they have done the best thing in the entire world. As soon as my new dogs go potty, I'm like, "Hey, good potty, good." Oh. And then the other thing that I do is and you have a puppy, so I haven't had a puppy in a while, but puppies have to go to the bathroom more often than adult dogs, so you're gonna have to set up, like, a timer on your phone or something and take her out, like, maybe every 30 to 45 minutes until she bladder gets bigger and until she figures out that that's where she has to go potty. So what's going on with the walking?
oh, she doesn't like it. I want a dog who walks, but maybe she'll grow into it, right?
Yeah, she
Because
probably will. You'll work on that too.
I just wanted to introduce us. I'm Sarah,
I'm Teresa.
and we're just pet mamas.
Yep, just pet moms trying to do the best for our pets.
Yep, we just want them to be healthy and happy, and we wanna help each other, and we wanna find out from you, what's it like having a puppy? What's it like having a puppy in your 50s? What's it
Yeah.
like starting over with a puppy and then trying to keep a clean house and an organized house without socks and shoes, all that everywhere? So we're just saying hello, welcome, thanks for joining us, and we try to do this every week.
Yes, yes, all of our little like, how am I gonna solve the chewing problem now? For a two-year-old dog that just started chewing again when he wasn't doing it, and
Yeah,
potty
why did
training.
he regress? Exactly, potty training and what else? Food, like trying to get the best kibble, or do you make your own food, or what do you do? Things like
Yeah,
that. Talk about.
and well, something is funny, I'm in the process of switching Milo to a different food because he had a cold in his eyes, I had to take him to the vet last week, and it was a new vet because my vet couldn't see him, and I'm just gonna jump off on this tangent.
Yeah, go
So,
ahead.
my vet that I normally take him to, I called on Monday and I was like, I think my dog has a cold in his eye. I need to get him in to be seen." And they're like, "We don't have any appointments. We're completely booked up and we won't have any appointments for 2 weeks." And I'm like, "Oh." And I'm like, "So am I going to have to go to the emergency vet and pay emergency vet prices?" And then she's like, "We have sister veterinarians that might be able to fit him in." And this must be a new thing because I've never heard this before. So she gave me like two different veterinarians in my area that will take overflow, like they take overflow from each other if they can. So I ended
Okay.
up like taking him to one of those and he was asking me all sorts of questions about Milo and then he asked like what type of food. And I was telling him that I was feeding from and just food for dogs. And he was like, "Yeah, those are newer foods and they're not really tried and tested and they don't have a certain thing in them." I can't remember what he said. It started with a T. Taurine, I think. So he said like he could get like heart disease. And so I told him when I was feeding my other dog, which is Yukonuba, and he goes, "Yeah, that's a good one. Its owner is like IAMS, so they know what they're doing with food." So anyway, I'm switching him to that, but I don't know. There's so much information out there, I guess is the point that I'm trying to get at. So it
Yeah,
is nice to have somebody just to bounce things off of.
yeah. And then not just me and Teresa, but everyone else, because we wanna know, do you have a
Yeah.
puppy? Or do you have a regressive 2-year-old?
Yes,
Are you
exactly.
being held hostage by your dog?
Can you go to the bathroom by yourself?
Yes, no, you cannot. So this is our first podcast and our first episode of our first podcast. We've talked about this a lot. Here we are, and it's a little sloppy, a little rough and ready, but we'll get better.
It's a little rough and ready, but I think we are on the same page. We really want to bounce things off of each other and create a community where we can bounce things off of other people because in the end, we just want to be the best pet parents that we can possibly be. And sometimes there's just so much information out there. It's just nice to be able to bounce things off of other people.
Yeah.
So if you like this type of forum, please don't forget to subscribe and like. It'll really help us.
So yeah, this is our first one. You can tell.
Yes. But if there is anything that you guys want us to dive into, let us know in the comments.
Yeah. There'll be a lot of puppy news. Thank you so much. We'll look back on this in a year and we'll laugh at ourselves. So thank you. Laugh at us now. We're going to do it in a year.
Hey, you know what? If you don't laugh, what is that saying? If you don't laugh, you cry.
Yeah. And if you don't try, nothing happens. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you for watching. We hope you join our vibrant community of pet mamas and dads who, like us, are passionate about their pets and want the very best for them. We love sharing our pet journey with you, but we are not professionals. So everything we share comes from our personal experiences and it's just our opinion. So please always consult with a qualified professional for your pet's specific needs. We post a new episode every Wednesday, and you can find us at Hey Pet Friends across all social media and heypetfriends.com on our website. See you next Wednesday.